All right, man. Let's talk about the Detroit Pistons trade for OG Anunoby from the Toronto Raptors. Free agency is, it's after the draft, I believe, in the NBA. In the NFL, I think it's obviously before the draft. But check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. So pretty much depends on how it play out. If they do, miss out on Brandon Miller, or they give Victor Banana, whatever his name is, they got a hole at the 3 spot. Now, OG Anunoby, he signed a 4-year, $72 million deal. He will be in the final year of his deal next year. I think I forget how much money it was on that deal, but just over 18.6 million dollars in the last year of that deal. But he has a player option for just under $20 million. So in 2024 and 2025. So he controls his own destiny in that situation. But excuse me. But I mean, obviously he fit with the Pistons looking for a 3-and-D wing. Not sure who all out there, but I'm an advocate for Cam Johnson, another 3-and-D wing. Obviously, you wouldn't have to give up any trade capital unless it was a sign and trade with Brooklyn. But the issue with that is you got to get him to come to Detroit. So do you overpay him? Is he interested coming here with a young team? With OG Anunoby, you get his rights, and then you eventually have to worry about paying him. Now, does he opt out of the deal after next season and look to get more money? Either way, you're going to have to pay somebody pretty soon at that spot. But I do think they both kind of fit what you're looking for. About OG Anunoby, a little bit thicker, a little bit stronger. Shooting, getting that corner, can shoot it, can defend. That's kind of what you're looking for. But like I said before, Brandon Miller, if you're able to get him, then I think your focus then switch to the power forwards. I mean, you start talking about Draymond, Kristaps Porzingis, Kyle Kuzma, guys of that nature. But like I say, the premium for the Pistons is on defense and then on 3-point shooting. You know what I'm saying? They need shooting. They need guys who don't need necessarily put the ball on. They need shooters, not necessarily pure scorers. And Brandon Miller, great fit. He's a guy that's very efficient. Got great defensive potential. So I mean, it all depends on how I fall out in the draft. And luckily for them, free agency is after the draft. So the lottery, you'll kind of have an idea of what you want to do after that. So, but if you do, need a small forward that can get out there, defend, and stretch the floor, maybe you call up Toronto, try to do something with him, get him for a rental year, see what he can do, and make a decision. He can make a decision on whether he opts in or wants to rip it up and start a new contract and stay in Detroit. So, not sure what the value going to be. There was some rumors about him moving last offseason, but the difference between him and Cam Johnson is he thicker. He a little bit heavier, a little bit more stronger. But I think with Cam Johnson might be a better shooter. Obviously, you got the championship kind of experience as well, too. But you can lock him up right now. You got to understand, too, decisions are going to have to be made on some of these other guys pretty soon. Isaiah Stewart, Killian Hayes. I mean, decisions are going to have to be made on those guys, man. If you're going to pay him or not pay him. They decided to move on from Sadiq Bey. In a minute, Cade Cunningham contract going to be coming up before you know it. He going to be eligible, and simply, we just don't know what he is. Even though people like, some of the things he did in his rookie year, that was a sample size. That wasn't even an appetizer. That's like part of that sample appetizer they got at Applebee's. So next year, if he get injured again next year for a nice amount of time, then, question got to arise, man. You pay him, you do the Zion Williamson, or you prepare to move on? And that's a real question. So he ain't been healthy in the first 2 years of his career. But I think a lot of people attribute to last year to them trying to tank. So, and if they really was trying to tank, the NBA draft, the NBA is not going to let them win the lottery for that. So my theory is they're going to let San Antonio win the lottery for Greg Popovich, losing his wife and everything he done in the NBA in San Antonio. That's just my opinion. I could definitely be wrong about that. But OG Anunoby, big strong kid. I think being in this offense, being on this team, it's a good fit. somebody that's gonna stretch the floor and stay low. And I think Cam Johnson may be a better shooter from all over the floor. I always see OG on that in that corner, possibly on the wing a little bit. But I mean, that's all you're looking for. Somebody that's gonna, who gonna defend at a high level. Somebody that's not necessarily got to pound the ball into the court all the time. Somebody that's gonna just catch and shoot and make sweet music with the net. So yes, it's a good opportunity. I mean, obviously you used to get talk about Kyle Kuzma. You can sign Kyle Kuzma and he can play either the 3 or the 4. But the problem with Kyle Kuzma, real quick, he ain't a great shooter and he don't play no defense. That's the problem. And them two things that you can't have on this Piston team. You gotta have premium shooting and you gotta have premium defense, or you gotta have one of the two. And I think, with Cam Johnson and OG, they give you a better opportunity at defense. And shooting. So yeah, with Kuzma give you versatility, but when you got guys like Bojanovic, on the team, and you got, other guys that's, Isaiah Stewart and Marvin Bagley, who are all liabilities defensively, it's like, so they need guys that's gonna come in and defend at a high level and shoot that rock. That's exactly what they need outside of Cade Cunningham and Ivy. And one of the things about it, they complicated it when you continue to add guys who got to score with them in a lineup. You know what I'm saying? Who just got to put the ball on the ground and got to get into a rhythm. That eventually can happen. But right now, you want them to develop a rhythm and to develop a rapport with them and a more, guys that don't need the basketball to be effective you got on the floor, the better it will be. But now with Victor W., a wild banana, what I call him, it's understandable. It's understandable because he's such a great talent. You're just going to figure out the way to make it work. I think a lot of pick and roll, a lot of high post, a lot of pick and pop, a lot of isolation and isolating with the high and the low post. So I think you find ways to implement him. But, I think that's the type of, OG Anunoby type of guy you're looking for. Cam Johnson type of guy you're looking for to play that wing if you end up getting a Victor Wembanyama, or if you miss out altogether on Brandon Miller or both of them. So I think it'd be interesting. But yeah, let me know what you girls and guys think about OG Anunoby. I think it's a good, depending on what the trade value is. Obviously, if you got the 5th pick, you want to trade the 5th pick for OG Anunoby, you probably will want some more in that. But we'll see what happens. But hey, check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $sign CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist, more videos like this. Peace.